This was the 8th year that Nichols entered the Trebuchet contest.
After spending the first 4 weeks of the year learning about siege engines and how to use various tools and software packages, we were ready to start building.
We spent about a week putting the new machine together, including a full Sunday. We reinforced the structure of the machine with gusset plates, and we built a new arm from scratch.
We added anemometers to the machine to allow us to measure headwind and crosswind with LabQuest probes.
The slings that throw the pumpkins take a lot of abuse. We always make spares.
We practice at school by throwing milk jugs filled with water. We use a scale to make sure we know what the weight of each jug is. They are wrapped in brightly colored tape to help us see them.
When we shoot, we set up 2 cameras to record what happens, one that is zoomed in on the machine and one that is far enough away to see the whole trajectory of the jugs.
We set up a target that represents the castle wall at the contest. We had somebody standing out by the target to record where each jug landed.
We built a laser sighting device that helps us make sure that we are aimed at the target properly. We aim just above the door of the castle wall. You get the most points if your pumpkin goes through the door.
We adjust the finger that holds the sling back so that the pumpkin comes out at the exact angle that we want it to.
Care is taken when we pack the pumpkin into the sling to make sure that it won't slide out or get stuck.
Right before we fire, we check the wind speeds one more time and make any slight adjustments to our aim that we think we need.
Then we get to do the fun part.
This year we had time to do 22 practice shots before the contest. It is time consuming to set up the machine and fire it. We usually only get 3 shots in each period.
3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1.
These are the zoomed out shots that we use to study the physics of the motion.
The physics of the launches are studied with Logger Pro. We can advance the video frame by frame and track the motion of the jugs. This data gets converted into graphs that we can then analyze using slopes and areas to find the launch velocity, time of flight, and range.
The most important part of our project is creating an Excel spreadsheet that simulates the physics of the device. We used kinematics and energy conservation to create a mathematical model relating input variables, such as pumpkin mass, finger angle, counterweight mass, and wind speed into outputs of initial velocity and range. We check the model against all of our initial practice shots and tweak it so that the model is correctly predicting what happens in the last few practice shots.
Once again, we invited the 5th graders out to watch our practice. In school, they are studying medieval history and simple machines. Our class showed the 5th graders how the machine works and answers to some of their questions about it. We even let one of the 5th graders pull the trigger.
Max, ready? Alright, all on you, buddy.
On Friday the 14th, we packed up all our gear for the contest. At dawn on Sunday, we headed over to the Great Pumpkin Farm in Clarence.
There were 15 teams entered in the contest this year. The targets are set up and each team gets to take 3 shots at the castles. Here's the first throw of the morning, taken by Clarence High School.
Nichols did not fire until the 3rd round. We set up our machine and loaded our first pumpkin.
Back it in. Tighten it up. That's good.
Here's our first shot. Out of a total of 60 attempts at hitting the castle from every team, we were the only team to actually hit it.
This is the team after we scored our hit, and this is the award that we won for our efforts.
Good job. 3, 2, 1.